Lay's wants us to do them a flavor. What does that mean? I'll explain next. Hello, goblins and goblinettes. Welcome back to another edition of Destined to be Goblin. Destined Goblin here. This is where I will try a food product of some kind, maybe something you didn't even know existed, and I will decide whether or not I should give it my Destined Goblin seal of approval. Alright, we have got a bunch of snacks to get to today. Now, as I said, Lay's wants us to do them a flavor. I will explain that in a minute. In addition to some Lay's potato chips, I also have another brand as well, and that is the Great Lakes brand that I'm going to talk about in a minute. So kind of a bonus, kind of a double brand video, if you will. I do have Mini loaded up with some nice cold water here as a palate cleanser. And since we have 7 different flavors of chips, we better get started. Alright, we are going to start with Great Lakes Potato Chip Company. So before we even get to the Lay's chips, I want to talk about this company, show you some of these flavors that I have found here. I've got 3 different flavors of these Great Lakes potato chips. Now, I encountered these in several different states. I encountered these when we were in West Virginia. I saw them again when we were in St. Louis. And now we're here in Minnesota, and I'm finding them again. So they seem to be kind of in that middle section, that Midwest area of the United States. How far their distribution goes beyond that, I'm not exactly sure. I know that they are actually manufactured in Michigan. So it says right on the back, proudly made in Michigan. I'm going to start with this one, Parmesan Ranch style potato chips. These are kettle cooked, and these are 180 calories for this bag. So let's see, we've got some cheese powder. These are also vegan as well, according to the package here. So that's kind of interesting. We've got some garlic powder, some spices, onion powder. Let's just give these a shot. I have not tried this flavor. Okay, so this is Parmesan Ranch, and they really just smell like potato chips in general. There's not a cheesy aroma coming off of this. There's not a ranch aroma coming off of this. Typical kettle cooked. There's a shot at the package right there. Pretty uniform cut as far as the kettle cook goes. They tend to be a little bit on the thicker side with the kettle cooking, and that looks like what these are as well. Parmesan Ranch, here we go. Wow. I was not prepared for that burst of flavor. Tons of seasoning on this. Hard to see on the chip itself, but there is a lot of seasoning on this. This almost has a sour cream and onion flavor to it, more than Parmesan Ranch. You do get a burst of cheesiness as the first taste, and then as you continue chewing, it almost becomes more of a sour cream and onion flavor, but really good. This is a great start. As I said, I have encountered this brand before, several different states. I have tried some flavors, not this particular flavor. I've liked pretty much everything I've tried from them so far. I may have even actually done a review. I can't remember if I did or not. But so far, really good start. All right, that is 1. We got a long way to go. Okay, number 2 from Great Lakes. Kettle cooked Wisconsin cheddar and sea salt style. So skin on goodness right there. So that sounds interesting. Wisconsin cheddar and sea salt. 190 calories for this bag. These do all appear to be vegan as well. It doesn't really say that on the packages. It says small batch, gluten-free, great crunch, but it really doesn't say anywhere that they're vegan. But by reading the ingredients on the back, it does point out anytime there's anything relating to dairy or anything like that, it all is vegan. So I'm assuming that the entire product then ends up as vegan. Oh, that one smells like cheddar. That one definitely smells like a bag of cheddar chips. Okay, so you can see a little more seasoning on this one because of the coloration than you could on the Parmesan Ranch. But this is Wisconsin cheddar and sea salt. That one is actually, I don't want to say quite a disappointment. Maybe that one particular chip. Let's try another one. Not a lot of flavor in that one. A little bit more there. Really salty. And that cheddar kind of comes in afterwards, after you've chewed for a while, which is bizarre to me because there's obviously a lot of seasoning on there. The saltiness is the first thing that you taste. Maybe it sort of overwhelms the taste buds a little bit, but the cheddar kicks in a little bit later. It makes for a good chip. Yeah, definitely another solid offering here. I think I like the Parmesan Ranch a little bit better. These are definitely on the salty side. If you don't like really salty snacks, you might not like this one, but I think this is a good one. And one more from Great Lakes, and then it's time for Lay's. Okay, this one I have actually had before, and it's my favorite out of all of the ones that I've tried from this brand so far. So I decided to throw this one in here because I know I didn't review it in the past. This is the buffalo wing flavor. These have some heat. They've got a nice buffalo flavor as well. 190 calories for this bag. Oh yeah, that buffalo aroma is very prevalent and very authentic. And you can see there's quite a bit of seasoning on these. This seasoning shows up a little bit better since it is that darker coloration. Buffalo wing. Yeah, you've got that vinegar tang, that heat that kind of kicks in at the end. Very authentic buffalo flavor on these. I've had this flavor of this brand a few times, and I've never been disappointed by it. This is one of my favorites from this brand. Check out these Great Lakes chips if you come across them. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. And now we're moving on to Lay's. Okay, before we get to the Do Us a Flavor, we actually have one other flavor that came out. Well, it's actually a re-release of a flavor. It came out either a year or two ago, I believe. And it's out again, and it came out a while ago. I picked it up. I've done these before, I've had these before, and I believe I enjoyed these before, but I figured I'd throw them in there because they're out now on the market. Fried green tomato. These were a little difficult for me to find when they were announced that they were coming out again. It took a while for me to actually find these, but I did manage to track these down, and these are Wavy, and that may or may not be a change on these. I can't remember the last time that these came out, if these were out in the Wavy chip or not. I thought they were the regular chip, but I could be wrong. These are 150 calories for 15 chips. Now, Mrs. Goblin is the big fan of fried green tomatoes. I can take them or leave them. I don't have anything against them. I don't love them. I don't mind them. But I'm pretty sure when I get done with this taste test, this bag is going to disappear because I'm pretty sure Mrs. Goblin is going to go after these knowing that they're fried green tomato flavor. They really don't have much of an aroma at all. They just kind of smell like a bag of potato chips there. Not really any type of aroma coming off of these. These chips are in pretty good shape, and they are huge. There are some very large chips there. They've got a lot of seasoning on them. Fried green tomato. I don't quite remember these tasting like this. I remember these having more of a fried green tomato flavor. I'll explain that in a minute. Let me try one more. Okay, I could be remembering wrong, but I seem to be remembering that the last time I tried these, the flavor that I got off of them was the fried green tomato itself. Now, if you've ever had fried green tomatoes, you're almost always going to get them served with a sauce like this. I believe this is a remoulade that they use. This flavor is 90% this sauce, 5% potato chip, and 5% of the actual fried green tomato flavor. So if you're a huge fan of fried green tomatoes and you really love the flavor of the tomato itself, I think these are a little light on that aspect of it. I personally, when I have fried green tomatoes, I love that sauce. So I like this. You may or may not enjoy these based on what you're looking for in a fried green tomato flavor. I like these though. I think this is a good snack overall. Got a nice flavor as far as I'm concerned. Lay's says, do us a flavor. What does that mean? That's coming up next. All right. Do us a flavor. What does that mean? Do us a flavor is a contest that Lay's has. It runs until the middle of June 2025. There are 3 different flavors that are out for a limited time, and you can try the 3 flavors, vote for your favorite, and then the winner, the creator of the winner, gets a $1 million prize. So, pretty big prize out there, pretty big contest. The first flavor that we've got here, this is all I'm interested in, or what the actual flavors are. This is bacon grilled cheese. This one is, I mean, okay, so it's not, you can't get much more simple than that. We're talking about a grilled cheese sandwich with bacon on it. But the interesting thing, I was looking at the ingredients here, and the interesting thing is that we've got a few different flavors in here. We've got actual cheddar cheese, we've got actual blue cheese, and we've got real bacon fat in here. And some sour cream as well. So there could be a nice flavor on this if they get that combination in the right amounts. I guess we'll see what happens. 160 calories for 16 chips. Okay, that smells very strong of a cheese aroma, kind of a cheddar cheese aroma. And you know how cheese aromas can kind of go either way. They can either be kind of pleasant or kind of funky. This is a little on the funky side, so I guess we'll see what the flavor comes out like. But aroma-wise, if you've ever visited a cheese making factory, that's what this bag smells like. It smells like that aroma that tends to permeate when cheese is being made. So I guess we'll see. A lot of seasoning on them, good amount of seasoning. Bacon grilled cheese. Interesting that the prevailing aroma is cheese. The prevailing flavor is bacon. I'm actually not picking up a whole lot of cheese flavor at all. It's very strongly bacon. They're salty. They're nice. It's a good flavor. They're salty, very, very reminiscent of eating bacon when you're actually chewing it. You kind of get the aroma of the bacon in your mouth, and the flavor is definitely bacon. I'm actually a little bit surprised at this. I was kind of expecting this to be sort of cheese heavy, and a little bit lighter on the bacon, and it's the other way around. Okay, not bad at all. Will that be my favorite? We'll have to see. Okay, I'm going to do this one next, even though this one is wavy and the other one is the regular cut like we just saw. The other one I think is going to be the spiciest out of all 3, so we'll wait on that one. This one is wavy Korean-style fried chicken. So that is, where's the picture of the chicken? Here it is up here. So that is what we're looking at here. Let's see, anything ingredient-wise that sounds interesting. Cayenne pepper sauce. Going to be some spice in here. Brown sugar, garlic powder, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, chicken broth, chicken powder. Yeah, okay, so we'll see. It's supposed to have actual chicken flavor. It's got chicken broth in it. I would hope that the chicken flavor comes out nice. Here we go. These are 150 calories for 13 chips. Ooh, these look good. There is a unique aroma coming off of this. Does not remind me of chicken. I don't know what that reminds me of, but it's not chicken. But these look nice. These are the wavy cut again. And there's a lot of seasoning on these. Let's see. Let's get a good one here. Okay, so there's a look at the seasoning. Looks like they're seasoned pretty heavily on both sides. Korean-style fried chicken. Okay, the tingle's coming in at the end. Oh, now it's got some heat. The heat's coming in at the end. That is a very complex flavor. that goes through a few different transitions in your mouth. It starts out very salty. All of these chips today have been starting out very salty. And then it sort of turns into a sweetness. Then you get a savoriness where you're kind of getting that chicken flavor, and then it ends with the heat. That's interesting. There's more sweetness. Oh, and I'm getting that chicken flavor now. There's more sweetness on this than I was anticipating. I was thinking these were going to be fairly hot, and I thought there would be a strong chicken flavor. The heat comes in at the end. It's not overwhelming, and the overall flavor is sweetness. Okay, Korean-style fried chicken. I don't hate this. It's not my favorite. I would, if I were to vote on one of these so far, I would go with the bacon grilled cheese, but not bad. That one reminded me very much of some of those international chips that we've come across. Just a different kind of flavor. So, I don't know. It was different. Okay, and one more to go. Valentina and Lime. What the heck is Valentina? Well, to tell you the truth, I did not know this. I don't know, maybe I've been living under a rock or something. I don't know. But Valentina is a very popular Mexican hot sauce. It's supposed to have a nice chili flavor, some vinegar flavor. So it's not a sauce that I don't think I've ever tried it. I don't know that I've ever seen it. So, usually when you're talking about hot sauces, I tend to run across Cholula, Tabasco, Frank's Red Hot. Those are the ones that I not only use, but those are the ones that I tend to see more often than anything. So I don't know if Valentina is a regional thing, and I haven't been in those regions, or what the deal is there. But Valentina and Lime. So lime and hot sauce. Now that could be a flavor that I get behind. We will see. 150 calories for 16 of these chips. Okay, I am definitely getting hot sauce aroma off of this. Yeah, that smells like a bottle of hot sauce. I don't know about lime. I'm not getting any lime aroma off of this, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Lots of seasoning on there, and if that's all hot sauce seasoning, these could be spicy. Let's see what we have as far as the ingredients go. Cayenne red pepper, cayenne pepper sauce, garlic powder, lime juice, paprika extract. Interesting that they don't actually mention Valentina hot sauce flavoring being used. So, okay, here we go. Ooh. Oh. Wow. After one chip, I think this is my favorite. Wow, if you like, you know what? These are not overly spicy. If you like hot sauce flavor, you definitely get that for 3/4 of the chew. And then that last quarter turns almost completely into lime. And it's very pleasant the way that the hot sauce flavoring kind of sticks around a little bit as the lime kicks in. And you sort of get that combination of those flavors. This is impressive. Oh, I really like these. I will destroy this bag easily. Okay, if I were to vote, I would say easily my vote would go to Valentina and Lime. This is also excellent. This is a 3-star seal of approval and our big winner today. All right, there we go. Lots of new chip flavors out there right now. Track those down while you can. You only have until, I think it's the middle of June, to cast your ballot for which of those flavors you like the best as far as the Lay's contest goes. The fried green tomatoes are only out for a limited time as well. The Great Lakes chips, there is no limited time release on those, but I don't know what the distribution is fully on those, so you may or may not be able to find those in your area. But if you do pick them up, because they are excellent as well, I will catch you next time.